on the bow of the boat. Skiff there in the back. These aren't too jiggly, sort of rolly out here. He's setting, Torrance yakking at me in the background, he's setting the lead now. Let the skiff go. Then you see the net laying along there. There it goes. Another net. Paul up there in the pilot house. There's Paul. Might get some of his crew members down here.
I ran this back so I could comment and point out the crew. Of course, that's me up on top of the pilot house. And there I am in there. And Pete starting from left, Pete on the left, Horacio Donato in the white jacket and the white shirt, and Joe Pradich with the codfish on his head. Mutt's in behind the winch.
It's all the way out. There's the skiff all the way over there, and then the net just sort of wraps around and comes down behind the boat here. How many feet do you think? Do you know, Alan? Feet of net. Wow. It's out here in the water now for about half an hour, and then they'll pull it up. Fishing hasn't been that great today. Good night. I'm leaving the boat now, and I'm going to pan the shoreline here, see if we get a good view of the mountain, which I've already forgotten the name of. Shoshone. There she is. Give me a show here, I can tell. Up here now, and I'm just shooting from the window of the Dreamland. I hear Paul on the radio saying something.
I'll turn it up, so. Okay, say it again.
Yeah, Dreamland Oceanic. I want you to know, Dorothy, that I had a pair of black pants on under there, and whatever I showed there wasn't really that color when I dropped my ring gear.
Oh yeah, that we don't believe. We knew you were a black fisherman.
She says, that we didn't believe. We knew you were a black fisherman.
I can't get you going.
Off Cape Lazarus, Unamac Island, in the Aleutian Chain. June the 21st, 5 a.m. The fishing vessel Dreamland is 23 days out of Everett, Washington. She's been on the Alaska fishing grounds for 11 days, keeping the sea. These are the richest salmon grounds on Earth. In a good year, on a great day, a first seiner like Dreamland can fill her hold with a single cast of her net. Last year, there were days like that. But so far this season, the fishing's been spotty. Hard to figure. Maybe the great migration will come late this year. Maybe the salmon have already come and gone, or won't come at all. There's no way to know for sure. This is a risky business. This is fishing. A new day. Time to try again. And the weather's turning fair. Paul Martinez is owner and skipper of Dreamland.
I started fishing with my father here in 1941, with my first year up here in Alaska. And I've been coming up ever since, every year except 2 years during World War II, when Uncle Sam wanted me elsewhere. And I've been with this company, I think, longer than even some of the old-time executives. Okay, Jim. Thanks for answering the call, and good morning to you. Good luck.
For Dreamland's deckhands, it will be another long day. 18 hours of daylight. 18 hours of fishing. Sunrise. Martinez slows the boat. Some fisherman's instinct tells him to make the first set of the net here.
About 5 minutes.
Dreamland's diesel skiff will pull one end of the net out, then slowly circle back, enclosing a quarter-mile of ocean. Once the net is set, the first line, 75 feet down, will be winched in, closing off the bottom of the net. Then the net will be hauled aboard. The fish, if they are there, will come up last.
Okay, let her go.
Right in your hand.
9:30 p.m. 12 sets. It's been a decent day. The best so far. Martinez makes contact with Royal Pacific, a Peter Pan Company salmon tender keeping station down the coast. The two captains arrange a rendezvous.
We're several miles up the beach from it, probably 10 or so. It'll take us an hour, a little better than an hour to get there because we're towing the skiff. We've had a reasonable day.
Okay, Paul, we'll have a side ready for you. We'll be ready to pump those fish when you get here. WI 7357, Royal Pacific clear.
10:20 p.m. Royal Pacific is a 100-footer, built for double duty. In winter, she fishes the Bering Sea for crab, up near the edge of the ice. Summers, she operates out of King Cove on the Alaska Peninsula, tending the salmon boats, offloading the daily catch. Royal Pacific skipper Buzz Johnson supervises the transfer of the fish. It's a critical process. The market value of these salmon will depend on how carefully they're handled, how cold they're kept, and how quickly they can be processed ashore. Royal Pacific's crew weighs sample lots and estimates the relative mix of sockeye, coho, chum, pink, and king salmon. It is these tallies that will determine how much Dreamland's crew will earn for the day's fishing. For them, the day's almost over. They'll drop anchor nearby, catch a few hours' sleep, and fish again at daybreak. Royal Pacific's crew works through the night, unloading other salmon boats. It's a scene being repeated along thousands of miles of coastline as other Peter Pan tenders unload hundreds of fishing vessels, from southeast Alaska to the tip of the Aleutians to the Bering Sea. June the 22nd, 10 a.m. Royal Pacific has been underway for 7 hours. Johnson raises King Cove. He gives his ETA and weight on board.
How many pounds have you on board over? We ended up with 78,000 pounds on board.
King Cove is the largest of Peter Pan's 9 shore-based facilities and one of the largest fish processing plants in Alaska. During the fishing season, over 700 people live and work here. The main plant is big enough to hold 3 football fields. It can process up to 1 million pounds of salmon a day. Because of its strategic location at the heart of the Alaska fishing grounds, the plant also processes king crab, snow crab, herring, halibut, and cod. The company also operates one of the largest floating processors in Alaska, the 230-foot Blue Wave, a state-of-the-art facility and home to a crew of 80. Each season, she travels to the heart of the fishing grounds and processes the catch on the spot for maximum freshness. William G. Salatek is president of Peter Pan Seafoods.
As far as the city life goes, yes, during the off-season I am in Seattle, and I wear the tie like everybody else. However, during the fishing season, which is approximately 2.5 to 3 months on the salmon, I remain in Alaska to run the company from this location because you have to get a complete feel of really what's going on in this business because everything changes from day to day. The quantity of fish changes and the marketplace changes every day. This is my style of management. I've been in this fish business since I was 9 years old, and it's something that gets it in your blood. And I don't know any way to get it out of my blood.
1 p.m., King Cove. Royal Pacific pulls up to the main fish dock to begin the unloading process. Up until now, the catch has been preserved in refrigerated seawater. Now, as it reaches the plant, it will be quickly inspected, graded, and sorted to identify any imperfections before processing begins. Once the fish have been cleaned and dressed, they're inspected again. A portion of the catch will be selected for canning. The rest will be vacuum sealed in moisture and vapor-proof pouches for the fresh frozen market. June the 29th, 6 p.m. The frozen salmon are loaded aboard a coastal freighter for the voyage south, across the Gulf of Alaska, and down the Inside Passage. Seattle, Washington, July the 11th. Western Pioneer Terminal. The bulk frozen fish are loaded aboard refrigerated trucks for transfer to the reprocessing plant 25 minutes away. Algona, Washington. Peter Pan's 50,000 square foot state-of-the-art seafood processing facility. Here, the Alaska salmon will be received and recut into value-added, portion-controlled steaks and fillets, and packaged for distribution to worldwide markets. In addition to salmon, the Algona plant processes crab, halibut, and other species of fin fish, both domestic and imported. The plant employs 100 people and can produce 40,000 pounds of finished product per day.
George, we're looking at chum salmon allocations for next year, domestic.
Downtown Seattle. Peter Pan's corporate headquarters, 9:15 a.m. Executives meet to discuss export volumes and prices.
Below $2 a pound. You know, George, we have the same conversation every year, and as you well know, we're expanding our domestic market for chum steaks, and we're going to need a larger allocation of chum salmon down here this year than what we have had.
Good morning, Mrs. Sarah. Can I help you?
Out on the floor, salespeople are in touch with brokers around the country, discussing sales and promotions, and arranging shipment of the company's diverse product line of salmon, halibut, cod, crab, herring, swordfish, albacore, yellowfin tuna, mahi-mahi, and mako shark. The company also produces 15 million pounds of surimi-based product a year in its Seattle-based Sea Blends Food Company facility. And over 1 million cases of canned salmon a year for worldwide markets. Canning was how it began. The year was 1914, when a handful of small Alaskan canneries joined together to form the company that would one day become Peter Pan. These were the wild years, the glory years of boom or bust, of times when the salmon came so thick that they jammed the rivers full, of times when they didn't come at all and the banks foreclosed, when dreams went down the Gurry chute, and